1309.
Well, we're going to get started on upgrading the fuel pump situation here. The current setup's got a little, I believe it's a Holly. No, it's an Aeromotive fuel pump. But it's low pressure, meant for a carburetor. So we're going to be putting a high volume, high pressure pump on this time for the EFI. So this is what I currently have. Oh, this is my setup I got. I added a rear sump to it. This is the pickup for the fuel pump. Goes to a little pre-filter. Goes into the pump. And then up in there, good angle on it, this is the post filter. So I'll be keeping the same filters, and we'll be upgrading. And then we're gonna have to put some AN fittings on here. This is a good line. It's rated for the high pressure, but this pump, it just has like hose barbs on it. It's never meant for real fittings, so, and the line is, you see, I got AN fittings on everything else. So we'll be upgrading it to this. This is my high pressure pump. Should easily handle way more than this thing will ever need, so that should be good for a lot of upgrades in the future. Maybe even if I go to I don't know about a boosted V8, but whoa, that was not good for it. Good thing it landed on my boot. So it should be just a simple matter of unbolting the existing one and putting this one on. It appears like it's got the same footprint and everything. Maybe just a little bit bigger, I'm not sure. But even if it does, it's just a steel plate. I can bend up another one for that. And I got these little rubber vibe mounts on there, get the vibration down. So it shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna have to order some fittings. I forgot about that, which is all right, because I think I'm gonna have to upgrade some different style on the front end too. Because this is where my, up front here is where my fuel pressure regulator is, and I had it mounted right here, and then it went out the fuel pressure regulator over to the carb. But I think on fuel injection, you're really supposed to run the fuel pressure regulator after the fuel rail, so you'll have your incoming, it'll go into the fuel rail, out of the fuel rail, out of the fuel rail, into a fuel pressure regulator. And I might think about, oh, I don't have the intake here to show you. I got it out getting welded. I think I might, on the back of the intake, try to mount the fuel pressure regulator, because I think, not that I ever have to pass NHRA tech, but fuel pressure regulators I think are supposed to be mounted on the engine or the, you know, the intake or whatever, but not on a firewall. And that, I'm not sure if that means on the shock tower or this outer, you know, front fender apron or not. I'm not sure. So I might have it come out, go into the fuel rail, come out, go into a fuel pressure regulator, and then it would have to snake down over here. Where is it? Snake down over here to, this is where the return line goes back. So it might be a little more challenging. I don't think I can, I don't know if there's really enough room on the front of the intake to mount the, I don't know. We'll get to that later. Now I pulled the fuel filter down, and this is the, you know, the bracket that it was on. So that was just on there, and then this simple bracket. And now all I gotta do is mount this new fuel pump on there. But it is a different footprint, so I'm gonna have to, you can see it's off. It just doesn't quite line up. I'll have to drill some new holes in this, and then we'll get that up in there. Got the holes all drilled in and the new fuel pump mounted. Now all I gotta do is put it back in the car. So there it is, all mounted up. New fuel pump. Pretty easy, not a whole lot different change. I just had to put my AN fittings on these existing lines, and I ran some new electrical wire up there. So other than that, not too bad. You can see where it comes out of the fuel tank. That was already there. I already did that a couple of years ago. So that'd be it for this one. Well, maybe a little bit of an update. I did get my intake back from getting welded. Got all the bungs welded in. There's been some thin spots they had to fill in. I know that was pretty thin in here because I have this thing pretty hogged out. All I gotta do now is grind the rest of the fuel injector bung that I left long on purpose so I could blend it in better and they could weld it in better. So that will be it for this video.